Think of all that time. Every sprint in the summer, every wait in the winter. All those hours no one else saw. Think of every sacrifice.
Lars, it's back!
Early mornings on the levee, late nights in the film room, bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road, every moment of ecstasy, every moment of doubt. Years wondering, is it all worth it? It's all led to this.
Man, I got this.
It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
The starting lineup for the 1,000-yard Raiders. And yeah, number 34, Eric Cummings. 4, Adam Roberts. 37, Caleb Wills. Number 66, Gavin Brookhaver. Forward, number 88, Carlos Cook. Forward, number 92, Keith Bird. And now we're starting the lineup for the Iowa City Forge. Starting with our junior starters. Starting it out for the Forge, number 33, Freddie Dorman. Defense, number 3, Jake Aqua. Defense, number 15, Garrett Rupert. Starting forward, number 6, Ricky From. Number 21, Ryan Dixon. And number 4, number 81, Michael Keller. Now, if you're able to please rise or review recaps for the play by our national anthem.
Game 2, Raiders and Forge back here from Frozen Pond Arena. I'm Caden McCrory. Thanks for joining us here on a Sunday afternoon. Game 2 of the homestand here for the Forge. Last night, 11-4 victory for Iron City over the Raiders. Eric Cummings gets the start again for Thousand Island here today after coming in relief in the second period. It'll be Freddie Norman making his Iron City debut here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, to the left of us here for the black and gold. Couple of lineup changes for Iron City as head coach Ron Kramer enters the lineup wearing number 25 here tonight, as well as Richard Doyle wearing number 97 back in for Iron City. Alec Krause out, as well as Johnny McGuire is out with a lower body injury. They'll be the top lines for both teams to get going here. Michael Keller, hat trick last night and 6 points to his name, leading the way on the Iron City offense. As for the Raiders, Colton Oaks Cook with a pair of goals early in that third period. They give the Raiders some life, for ultimately the Forge coming down with the victory at the end of the night. These two will meet again in Thousand Island in 2 weeks' time at Thousand Islands barn. We'll see the rematch coming up here shortly, and we're in a little bit of a delay here as Adam Roberts having a chat with the referees. Ryan Dixon's going to make his way over to see. And it was after Roberts was a little late coming out to the ice for ultimately making his way to the scores table for the starting lineups and anthem. So we'll see what that's all about. Or another slight delay here. You know, for at least the goaltenders Cummings and Dorman, you're locked in, ready to go, and you get on the ice. A little bit of delay is not ideal.
I don't understand. Yes, you better have a word for next.
So it looks like it'll be a delay game to start the game here, as Adam Roberts is going to take a seat in the penalty box, and Iron City's going to open this game on a power play. Maybe as the aforementioned Roberts was late coming out onto the ice. So that could have resulted into the delayed game here, if that's what they ultimately decide to call. But puck is down, and the Forge power play has begun right off the faceoff. Out comes Eric Cummings to play it. Behind the net, the Raiders. It's Trudeau. Up for Cook. Late substitution is what they're going to word it. Delay a game, another way to kind of call it, but regardless of the Iron City power play. Jake Ochwan, his first career goal last night, moves this one up for Garrett Rupert. Now in the middle to Michael Keller. He'll tap it into the zone. Chase this one down against Wills. Slaps this one underneath. Rupert the first two in the far corner. Tries to go back with that one. It'll go the length of the ice. Now a foot race as Dorman comes out to play. Round 4, Keller in front of the Iron City bench. Leaves it off for Ricky Crum. Crum dances around one. Pull in front. Back to the point to Ochwan. Blocks in a shot. Save made. Rebound there for Ochwan. Fires at the glove. Stopped by Cummins. Raiders can clear this one to center. Ochwan waiting. Gives us off to Garrett Rupert. Rupert, one of 3 rookies that made their debut last night, did not register a point. Very impactful on other ends of the ice, though. One of the steady defensemen on that forward blue line, standing at a towering 6'4", 240. Michael Keller with speed down the right wall to the middle. Outside shot goes wide, and that rebound there for Dixon, and that one hits off the back of the net. Caleb Wells pressured by Ricky Crum. Fans on the clear attempt. And now finally the Raiders can clear. Rolls the center. Daniel Schmidt retreats back. 13 seconds to go here on the unexpected power play to start the game. And that far corner, Schmidt wrestles that one away. A chance in front. Dorman makes the stop. Out wide now for Chase Fry. Caleb Wills all over him. That's back to even strength. Reifenberg puts one on, deflected in front by Ron Kramer. And no wrestle as Ron Kramer making his presence known here in his first game of the 25-26 season. Is not afraid to get down and dirty as the head coach LaForge. So it'll be 4-on-4 with offsetting penalties here as Kramer will head to the box, as well as Adam Roberts, who just got out of the box. So he had 10 seconds of ice time before returning. So some 4-on-4 here hockey early, as we've only had 10 seconds, as mentioned, of even strength play. Soon be roughings would be the calls on both sides. Face off wing by the Raiders, kept alive by Daniel Schmidt. Plays us down 1 low to Chase Fry. Fry puts one on, and it goes into the back of the net. Chase Fry. A weird bounce, and the Forge get on the board early. What a goal there by Chase Fry. As here we go with the instant replay. Finally got it working. Fry with a backhander and just goes off the defender in front and Derek O'Donnell. And Forge on the board with a 1-0 lead here on the 4-on-4. Pretty cool we have that. Thank you, Michael Keller, for putting that together. But Fry, his second of the season, been collecting his first last night. It should stay 4-on-4 here. And as Captain Ryan Dixon will make sure that is correct. It looks to be. It'll stay 4-on-4 the next minute, 47 seconds. Talon Reifenberg picks this one up in the defensive zone with some speed. Gets run around 1 and cleared down the way. So we send hard around the wall, waiting patiently is Jake Ochwat. Ochwat tops this one forward, wanting a man, and couldn't corral. There is Reifenberg. Cunningham couldn't dance around his man. Reifenberg will pick it up. Quickly over to Fry. Fry sends this one around the horn to pick it up is Thompson. Battled there by Benny Cunningham. Thompson will float this one into the forward zone. So the Fry from Cunningham and Schmidt. The score saver has it backwards, but we're going to give that one to Fry. Olu floats this one on net. Save made there by the netminder Cummins. Floated now to center ice. Back is Matt Delosier. Will top this one forward to Bolu. Only 5 defensemen in the lineup here tonight for Iron City. Alec Krause steps out of the lineup. And 2 forwards stepping in, Doyle and Ron Kramer. Same lineup for Thousand Island. Up the side of that, chopping at that one of the Raiders. Delosier to clear, couldn't do so. Back to point is Trudeau. Trudeau sends this one around as the water bottle, Freddie Norman, sitting behind the net. I don't think anyone has noticed yet. Here's Richard Doyle. Gets walked through by Wills. Puts this one in front. That one goes through everybody. Picked up now by Bolu. Denny Bolu claps one on net. Stopped by Cummins. Rebound is there. Will end up behind the net as Bolu gets taken down hard by Wills. Back to the point. Shot through traffic, blocked away by Wills. Rebound comes to Rupert. Underneath. Coulter plays catch with Rupert. Turns one on, but in the loose in front is Bolu. In trouble picking it off as Doyle drawing the attention of a couple of Raiders in front. Fought in the preseason game against Worcester in Worcester. So we know the rookie's not afraid to drop the miss. A face off here from the right circle. Noah Christ on the face off. Going up against Cook. Face off win by Cook. Trio couldn't get that one out in the low ceiling. If you didn't watch last night, the ceiling very low here and a little trouble, clearing those pucks out of how low it is. Noah Chris stepping in the face off. Be one there by Cook. They sent up the wall here and out of the zone led by Young. The inaugural goal scorer for the Raiders last night, James Young, excuse me. Underneath the Cook. Stripped away by Bellman. Gives us up to Sokolsky. Sokolsky crunched hard along the wall there. Bellman a pair of goals last night. Sokolsky getting his first as well. Noah Chris, the lone player on this line, not registered a point last night. Ochwan up for Bellman. Bellman steps around one, puts it in front, back door, loose in front, and into the back of the net. Jake Ochwan, his second goal of the series. It's 2-0 Iron City. What a play from the young defenseman to find the back of the net for the second time. We've seen the defense be very active here in these first two games. See the replay on that one. A loose body in front and into the back of the net. Two nothing Forge. Here in the opening 6 minutes of play. Daniel Schmidt will send it into the bench and Garrett Rupert ducking out of the way and telling his defenseman, be a little more careful on that dump in.
Goals by City goal.
Ochwa goal is unassisted. The shot there quick off the draw. End up underneath. Chance goes off the side of the net as the Raiders scrambling to find some offensive life here. Crum finds a loose puck. Stumbling is Roberts. Here comes Crum. He shoots and scores. Ricky Crum. 3-0 Iron City early. What a shot from Ricky Crum, and an unfortunate break for Adam Roberts in the defense as he took a tumble, and it was all day there for Ricky Crum. Crum's second of his pro career. It was the top line for Iron City. Stays hot. Four. Gonna lose that one. Crum's goal is officially unassisted. Penalty coming up, and it'll be a try. On a hook there. So it'll be Ron Kramer for his second trip to the box, and the Thousand Island power play is set to begin. We've seen a lot of penalties here early on. So we'll fix the clock as at 20 seconds, supposed to be at 2 minutes for the penalty. Minor clock malfunction. So we're good to go now. Raiders power play. They let in one shorthanded goal last night on their lone power play opportunity that Jake Oshwat collected for the first of his career. Raiders looking to flip the script. Here's Hearn, a shot high over the net. Rupert clears this one to the blue line, not out, kept alive by Hearn. He gloved down and out of the zone. This one will roll. Fry gets it down to the Raider defensive end. Now to center ice. Cross ice, Wills. Taps it over to Cook Avery. His shot, save made. Rebound loose in front. He pushed off the corner by Thousand Island. Favorable chance for Hearn. Couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Back to the top of the circle. Cook wheels his way to the slot. Looking. Alexa shot. Rebound. He goes off from Dorman and wide. Wills. The Cook Avery. Underneath the Trudeau. Backdoor. Shot. They'll score. Colton Oaks Cook stays hot. A power play goal, his third of the weekend, and the Raiders get one back. A wide open net there for Colton Oaks Cook to take advantage of. He's been one of the deadly players here on this Thousand Island roster. (3-1) here in the first 7.5 of play. Coulter can clear this one out to center. Bolu on his horse and gets dragged down by Roberts. Is Richard Doyle. Doyle wheels his way in front, a chance, and a blocker saved by Cummins. Joe Coulter an A+ opportunity. Raiders look to clear. They'll go off the wall and a big hit thrown by Doyle. Fan favorite Richard Doyle. And Bolu catching a gliding effort off of Thompson. No call there. Doyle, intercepted pass, will lead the rush forward. Stutter steps around one. Doyle looks to complete it, saved by Cummins. The confidence on number 97 is really high right now. Clear there by Dorman. Trudeau and Cook Avery get the assist on the Oaks Cook goal on the power play. Here's Jake Oshwat. Tied up behind the net. Reifenberg coming in to help out. There come the Raiders. Now some help from Noah Chris will clear this one the length all the way down. And icing here on the Forge. It's a view of our lovely seating arrangements to the left of us. Our nice little broadcast booth up here. Got to see it on the screen. I want to show all aspects of the arena. It's all right. We got a lovely seating view up here. Shots 10-4 favoring Iron City. Off the face-off, Raiders collect it. Sent down low by Jeffrey Jackson. Jackson sends it around the horn, wanting Wills. Pressured there by Sokolsky. Go back to Reifenberg. Reifenberg out wide to Noah Chris. Slaps this one. Finds Jacob Sokolsky. The lone Forge forward on the rush. Puts one on. And into the back of the net. Jacob Sokolsky finds his second of the season, and it's 4-1. An awkward play, and Cummings just having a little trouble with that rebound. And into the back of the net, that one will roll. Let's take a look at the replay on that one. Well, starts with a beautiful play there to get the puck to Sokolsky. And just a little trouble on that rebound. The Sokolsky second of the season. Forge really feeling it and get one back quickly after giving up that power play goal. Dixon floats one up high, intercepted by Cook. Sokolsky's goal is unassisted. Here's we approach the halfway mark of period number 1. Keller gets a piece of that one. Will chip it the length, and now Keller leads the rush. Trying to dangle around Wills. He does to the forehand. A save made by Cummins. Keller, 4 goals in the preseason. Hat-trick last night. Leads the team respectively in points in both preseason and regular season categories. Underneath go the Raiders. Chance out wide for Hearn. Stand on the attempts. It's collapsed on by a couple of Forge defenders. We flipped out here by Dixon, blocked by Trudeau. Sends this one out wide to Hearn. His shot blocked by Schmidt. Dan Schmidt doing what he does best and getting in front of those pucks. Ricky Crum with the break. Tries to find Keller. Intercepted pass. With some steam. It's Cook Avery. Leaves it off for Cook. Couldn't connect on the pass. Dixon. Down for Keller. Takes this one behind the net. Gets crunched on there by a Raider defender. Underneath the Dixon. Sends it one more time for Crum. Just couldn't find his man. Delozier a little trouble at the blue line. Jake Aqua steps back with Iron City changing. Lead off pass from Kramer to Fry and into the zone. Cook ricochets this one around the wall. Yeah, there'll be no icing. Now comes Dorman. An intercepted pass. Luckily, Aquat was there, and they'll cover up as Aquat goes quickly after a Raider. And we'll see a little dancing in our first fight. Jake Aquat with a couple of rights. Jake Aquat tries to get his hand free. Going against Luke Blair. And Aquat drags him down to the ice. Aquat and Blair, the first fight of the season.
Let's go, Raiders!
The rookie standing tall in his first stilts as a member of the Iron City Forge. A couple of good rights from both parties in Blair and Aquat. Both hands get tied up, the muscle down by Aquat. Beautifully done there. Love to see it from both teams. You felt at some point it was going to boil over into a fight. We'll see if any more penalties do get added on besides the 5-minute majors for fighting. We'll see if any trainer is needed or not. Freddie Dorman's going to skate to the bench and talk with his fellow goaltender partner, Cody Silvis. And yes, we will get some trainer help here for at least one party of the fight. As Blair and Aquat going to show respect through the penalty box. You love to see it with those kind of tilts. And Aquat's going to get the first helping of possibly getting stitched up, and it looks like the other bounty is going to go to Aquat and be served by Michael Keller. So it'll be a Thousand Island power play out of it. You're at 8.5 to go in period 1. Thousand Island power play begins. Wills off the base of a shot. Pad stopped by Dorman and a clear by Benny Cunningham. He leaves behind the net here by Cummins. So it'll be a 5 for fighting and a 2 for roughing to Aquat. is where the extra penalty comes into play. Shot there, blocked away by Cunningham. DeLozier to clear, and it gets through Wills the length of the ice. Wills waiting. Leaves this off for Cook. Cook with some steam down that right wall. Into the Iron City zone. We'll pull back. Goes to the drop pass. Cunningham all over it. We'll leave it off for Kramer and the clear. Kramer got into 3-game action with Iron City last season, having a pair of assists. And ultimately taking over as the head coach in the 25-26 season. We clear there by Bolu to center, and the Raiders will have to touch up. Bolu will kill time. Bolu back to Rupert. Down the final 37 of the penalty. Up for Chase Fry. We'll let that go through and kill off more of the clock. Adam Roberts will wait behind his net. Sends that one the length. Little too hard off the stick as Reifenberg and Rupert will slow things down. Reifenberg sends one across for Bolu, who will dump this one to center. Trudeau will pick it up for Thousand Island. Down to the final 10 of the penalty. Trudeau behind the net, looking. Pulls one back to the point to Thompson. One final shot and a save made by Dorman as the penalty expires. 6:28 here in period 1. Back to even strength.
You get 5-minute majors. 3:29 to come out.
Underneath chance for Coulter. As he puts the piece of that one. Richard Doyle over for Denny Bolu. Bolu will sauce this one down to the corner. Roberts to it first for Thousand Island, pressured by Doyle. Doyle couldn't get a stick in there. Roberts gets around Coulter. Doyle's going to step up on him. You got to give him a little scare there. Go for a check, got a couple of slashes. Bolu sauces this one to center. Raiders there to find it. Bolu stands tall at the line. Thompson drags him to the ice. Coulter comes into his defense. He floated on to Dorman. Schmidt to pick it up. Then throws it to the wall for Coulter. Leaves it off for Bolu. Bolu to Doyle. On the entry, Doyle, the shot blocker save. Rebound is there. Doyle puts it on. Look at his own rebound behind the net. Doyle looking. Cross ice. One into man streaking down low. And Chris, 2-on-1 the other way for the Raiders. Shot comes in high over the net. And he'll stay in play. Roberts. It's collapsed on by a pair of Forge forwards. Doyle puts him into the Iron City bench. What a hit by Richard Doyle. My goodness. As Roberts still hasn't found his way off the Iron City bench. Cook sends this one back to the point. Shot on net, stick save made. Sokolsky sends this one down. Finds AJ Bellman. Bellman tries to dance around his man, but shut off by the Raiders. Cook goes behind the net, looking for somewhere to go with it. Sends it underneath. Dixon lays his body. Dances away with Wills. Bellman steps in and gets a high hit on a Raider forward. No calls either way. Shot comes in. Dorman gets a piece of it along with the Delozier's stick. Back to the point. Cook fires one on as the Forge get a piece of it, prevent it from making the way to their goaltender. Couldn't get this one out. Wills looks backdoor for Thompson. Couldn't connect. Dixon picks it up for Iron City. Stutter steps around Wills. Leaves it forward for Sokolsky. With some speed, puts one on. Glove save made and held on. Here, 3:10 to go in the first period of play. We'll take a look quickly here to the Richard Doyle hit. Punishing. Shot there by Talon Reifenberg. Makes its way into the ceiling. We'll do it again. 3:35 here in period one. Face off win by Dixon. The point to Reifenberg. Chops this one down low. Dixon. Plays catch with Keller. Back to Keller it goes. To Daniel Schmidt waiting at the point. Puts one on glove. Save rebound is there. Dixon cannot get the trigger pulled on that one. Back around. Dixon for Keller. Keller gets around Wills. It's in front for Dixon. Falls off of his stick. And here come the Raiders the other way, bringing a pair. The outside shot by Hearn, blocked by Reifenberg. To the point. Wills. Turning shot on, blocked by Dixon. Quickly up for Keller. Keller has Ricky Crum with him. Dances around once, stumbles. Still holds onto the puck. Keller looking, backdoor Crum. He scores. Ricky Crum, second of the game. It's 5-1 Iron City. What a goal by the rookie Ricky Crum. 3 goals on the weekend thus far for him. And a beautiful pass here by Michael Keller. And Keller stays with it after tumbling. And finds his man wide open backdoor. "5-1 Forge here at 2:30 to go. It's a high-scoring affair here early. Chance in front, bounces off a boot of a Raider, and now Benny Cunningham leads the rush. Cunningham dances around one, puts one on the side of the net. Cummings gets a piece of it. Cunningham corrals at a shot blocked by Thousand Island. Cunningham plays it back to Delosier. Through the middle. Finds Kramer. Back to Cunningham to Kramer. All the way back this goes. Delosier will throw this one down ice. Take a moment to say thank you to the scoreboard as you see at the top right corner of our screen. And the rally towels you see in the stands there. Huge sponsor here of the Iron City Forge, just a mile away here from Frozen Pond Arena. Thank you to the scoreboard. Thompson will send this one down. It's down to the final 90 seconds of period one. Rupert up for Kramer. Leaves it off for Cunningham. All the way back to Rupert. Up for Fry. And he'll get it a length of the ice. It's Crum's second from Keller and Dixon is how it'll read. Here for goal number 5 in the night for Iron City. Feed a deep pass from the Raiders. Gonna go their own blue line just out of reach. Reifenberg to it first. Reifenberg sends along the bench wanting Doyle. Couldn't corral the pass. Roberts. D to Cook. Cook looking for a lane. Will sauce this one forward. Finds a man in Dan Harville. Harville puts one on. Save made. A rebound is there and cleared by Reifenberg. Harville got one last night and now a 3-on-2 for Iron City. Cunningham to Bolu. Bolu wanted Doyle back to work. All over was Thousand Island. Dan Harville tries to get one on. Blocked away by Schmidt. Bolu will pick it up. Bring this around the corner. And he'll find Richard Doyle. 2-on-1. Doyle with Cunningham. Doyle loses it, going to go back door to Cunningham. Has one final chance. The Raiders not realizing how much time they had left. Clock hits zeros. A 5-1 Forge series they had to the dressing room. A Jake Aquat fight versus Luke Blair. Lone goal from the Raiders comes off the stick of Cole Noakes Cook, his third of the season on the power play. And Chase Fry, Jake Aquat, Ricky Crum with a pair, and Jacob Sokolsky getting the 4 goals here so far. We'll step aside. We'll be back in the second period of play just after this 15-minute break. Back for the second period of play here from Frozen Pond Arena. It's the Thousand Island Raiders 1, Iron City Forge 5. Caden McCrory on the call. Thanks for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon. 20 minutes on the clock here. And period number 2 underway. Forge took a possession off the face-off. Ricky Crum with a pair of goals. Looking for his first career hat trick here in his second ever APHL game. Caleb Wills. Chip it. Ricky Crum back in relief for Iron City. Over to Daniel Schmidt. Quickly back to Crum. Crum. Stutter steps around one. Will chip it off the wall to himself out of his reach. And quickly played out by Daniel Schmidt. Jordan Trudeau sends this one off the Raider bench. Walked away by Dixon. Over from Michael Keller. With some steam down that left wing wall. Keller takes it underneath. Gets spied hard there by Wills. Keller stumbles to his feet. He pickpocketed by the Raiders. And Crum will be over on that left wall. Cook. Quickly set up, trying to find a man streaking down that right wall. In Hearn. Hearn puts one on, blocked away by Iron City. Jake Oxwad all over it. Underneath the Rupert. Wills couldn't keep it in, and the Raiders will have to reset. Back behind their own net. Pressure coming from the Forge. And Michael Keller lays a boom in front of the glass there. Wills leaves it off. The give and go, the shot there goes high over Dorman. Rebound on the back door for Wills. Couldn't corral it. Underneath Anzalone. Pushed underneath to Hearn. Hearn for Anzalone. Tied up by Aqua. Rebound in the front. Goes to the point. Cook. Slots it down low to Harville. Underneath, Anzalone. Pressured by Dixon. Move to the point. Roberts fakes the shot, goes off the body, and that one will stay in play. Forge with some break here. It's Chase Fry. Has one so far here tonight. Backhands one on wide the nets. Harville lets that go through. Aquat tries to get the icing, and he will. And 17:40 here in period number 2. Shots favoring the black and gold here, 18-11. So shout out as always to the scoreboard, the top right-hand corner sponsoring our stream, and the Iron City Forge, as well as the rally towels were thrown during our intermission and were the giveaways for both of our games here in our home opener. Rupert has a little trouble with it here as Harville with a break. Harville gets around Schmidt, puts one on, and Schmidt gets a stick in at the last second. So that hangs away into the netting. And it was Dorman giving his defenseman a little love after that one. For all things Iron City Forge, visit IronCityForge.com for tickets, merchandise, and even get your kid registered to be the player of the week. Get honored on our social medias, and even in some cases get a chance to come out and be with the team on warm-ups. A big hit thrown as Fry makes his way into the Raider bench. Fry recollects a shot. Rebound is none and will be covered up by Cummins. What a hit there, and Fry is going to stay on the ice, and I believe that was Roberts or Thompson that might have been the one to send him over. Tied up face-off will go in favor of the Raiders. We'll send this one. This one will go past Oxwad. Icing is waved off as Dorman comes out to play. The Sky this one to center. Raiders all over it, but have to get back on sides. Kramer for Oxwad. Off the boards to Cunningham. Cunningham looking for some space. Up for Fry. Send it the length. No icing there. Roberts, pressured by Kramer. The D-to-D pass. Out with it come the Raiders. Cook Avery puts one on. Stick save made by Dorman. Delosier behind him to pick it up. Couldn't clear this one out. Sharp angle chance blocked by Delosier. Kramer kicks it to Fry. Caught in the skates. Pushed over for Coulter. And he can get it down into the Raiders zone. Roberts underneath the Cook Avery. Now finds Hearn. Harassed by Kramer. Loose puck. Coulter picks it up to Kramer. Wanted to go back to Coulter. One too many passes between the head coach and the veteran. Roberts drives it in for Thousand Island. Working his way toward that. Bolu gets a stick in there. Back to the point. Oaks Cook to Roberts. Winds one on. Now he'll pick up his own rebound. Down low. Finds Cook Avery. Can't split his way through 4 Forge defenders. Turnover there, almost costly. Aqua lays the boom along the wall. 2 Raiders collide. Aqua will pick it up behind the net. Clap this one toward the Raider bench. Wills keeps it alive. Wills finds his man down low. Coulter gets in the lane to block it away. Puck stays in. And now finally Aqua can clear as Bolu chipping behind the defense. Could have been a breakaway. Bolu pushes it forward, wanting Doyle. And the own teammates run into each other. Cook Avery puts one down low. Dorman gets across with the stick to make the stop. The Forge all kind of discombobulated at the time right now. The Raiders trying to take advantage. A shot there. Dorman gets down and will cover up with about 6 bodies in his crease. Irons, you're looking to get some fresh bodies on the ice now after that Doyle Bowley unit was out there for quite a while. Noah Chris on the faceoff. The crowd by Iron City. Off the side of the net and somehow stays out. Here's Garrett Rupert. Will lift this one all the way to center ice. Here's Wills. Moves this one off the wall. Back for Wills. A shot there. Shoulder stop Dorman. Rebound is there. And Dorman clamps down to make the save. Freddie Dorman really getting tested here in this second period. Both teams will keep the seam unit on. Dorman going for a minor equipment change. Or fix, I should say. Rocket number 33. Here tonight would normally be wearing, I believe, number 13. And a couple more jerseys to make their way here. Son Michael Keller is the only one with a nameplate at the moment, wearing last year's uniforms. Rupert lays the body. Chris leaves it off for AJ Bellman. Back goes Trudeau, wide away by Sokolsky. Sends this one the lengths. Down low, Luke Flair. Gives it to Wills. Off the wall to Jackson. Raiders off sides. Jackson will just tap in the zone with a little help from Wills. Here's AJ Bellman. With some speed. Bellman into the zone, works to the outside, gets around one to the backhand. As into the net. Off its moorings, obviously no goal. We'll make sure everyone's all right. As in goal now is actually Jacob Rosengarten. See if he's all right, along with one of the Raider defenders. It's a heavy collision in front of that Thousand Island net. Looks like Wills is the party that's down at the moment. One of their star players has been skate issue. It's like skate repair. Looks like no injury, thankfully. Maybe have to get some tools on the ice to get a skate fix. So we'll see a goalie shuffle as I look to get that skate worked on. One of the more interesting things I've seen here. So Rosengarten will head off, and Eric Cummins will be forced back into this game. Crazy little sequence of events there. Oh, they didn't get Rosengarten's skate fixed and back into this game. And his APHL debut. It's very short-lived thus far, and just about 6.5 minutes. The shot from the point deflected on net. Rebound there for Dixon. Couldn't crowd's third chance there by Crum, and denied by Cummins. Out to center ice will be picked up by Jeffrey Jackson for Crum. The shot there put on, saved by Dorman. Flipped off the wall, and a big hit thrown beyond the play by Aquan. Trudeau. So it's along the wall, be picked away there. On comes a shot from Aquan, and a save made there by Eric Cummins.
Oh, I'm sorry. Speak back on scene. Sorry about that.
12:35 here in period 2. Shots favoring Iron City 24-17. Dixon on the faceoff top line, back out. Here with Crum and Keller. And now goalie switch one more time. So Cummins did his job for about a minute. Rosengarten will make his way back in. Face-off win there by Thousand Island. Oaks Cook looking to set up the play. Over Anzalone. Anzalone gets a stick check. Rebound comes out. Shot goes wide. Into the corner. Raiders from shuffling up high. Forge all over it. Blasting on Keller. Sends it up for Ricky Crum. Crum takes a tumble. Reifenberg to pick it up. Reifenberg looking in front as he gets crunched on by a Raider defender. Back is Ricky Crum. Crum sends it off the middle lane for Keller. Picked away by Thompson. Keller will hold behind his own net to set something up. Along the wall, wanting Dixon. Kept alive at the point. Shot comes in, wide of Dorman. Rebound pops out the point to Wills. Wills escapes Dixon. Works his way to the slot. and blocked by Keller. Keller plays catch with Crum. 2-on-1 developing. Crum down the left wall over for Keller, just out of reach. Keller spins from Wills in front for Dixon. Dixon trying to spin away with it. And the Raiders will take it right back. Daniel Schmidt off of Cunningham into the Iron City bench here at 11 minutes exactly in period number 2. And a little chirpy out there between these two. The second of 2 games back-to-backs between these two. It's expected. Cunningham wins the faceoff for the Forge. Back to Delosier, over to Schmidt. Schmidt will just send this one on. That's 6 save there by Rosengård. Sent off the wall, and here comes Hearn. Hearn leading the rush. Tries to dance his way in. End up behind the nets. Clearing attempt by Fry. Cunningham will pick this one up. Blue line pass to Kramer. Kramer to center. We'll just sauce this one in. Cunningham. Slow chases. Off the boards. Raiders setting up. Quickly with some speed. Forehand, backhand. Dorman draws down and makes the shot go high over the net. Trudeau looking, puts one on. Rebound backdoor. Couldn't be settled. Dorman, a good couple sequence saves there. Over to Oaks Cook. You go for the high shot. That one goes Aaron. And now the Forge looking to take possession. Fry for Kramer. Kramer looking. The pass goes behind. And the Forge go for the change. Young steps in a shot. And Dorman will hold here at 9:34. Dorman so far 19 of 20 here in his first APHL matchup. Forge shooting left or right to left. Raiders left to right here, walking their white jerseys today. Off the face-off. Go underneath here is Ocklot. Over for Bolu. Up for Coulter. That one goes through everybody. And icing here on the Forge. 9:21. You're in period 2. Next home game will be on December 13th when the Forge return home for their little homestand, followed by the 27th and 28th. The next 2 home Forge matchups. A little bit of break, as I'll have a couple of road trips before returning here to Frozen Pond Arena. Tickets on sale now at IronCityForge.com/tickets. Through the middle of the ice, Lee picked off. Western speed comes. The Raiders, a shot on net there by Coleman and covered up by Dorman. I asked yesterday, we did a little Forge trivia. Let's throw another one in here. The answer was put in chat yesterday. I did ask yesterday, who was the first ever APHL goal? Let's go a little more in depth now. Who was the first ever Iron City goal in their franchise history? James Young scored his first last night for Thousand Island. Who was the first in Iron City Forges? If you know, comment below. Wills sends plus one through the middle. Coulter and drop this one back to Garrett Rupert. Banks this one off the wall, wanting Doyle. Same goes through everybody. No ice. Wills. Up for Anzalone. Leaves this one up, and we just tapped out by Oaks Cook. Delosier picks this one up. Gives it off to Coulter. Sends this one out wide to Rupert. Has a little trouble if it gets hit hard into the wall by Thompson. Harville. You go back door. Raiders couldn't corral it. Now the outlet pass Bolu to Doyle. Doyle with some speed steps into the forehand. And he scores. Richard Doyle's first as a member of the Forge and the first of his APHL career. It's 6-1. What a goal from Richard Doyle. He's been on his horse all night long. A couple of big hits, a couple of good chances, and now gets rewarded for his efforts with his first. Big hit thrown by Bellman. Going up against Derek O'Donnell. And a reverse hit as Bellman gets crunched into the wall by Jeffrey Jackson. As the Raiders looking for a little bit of life here, and they're going to try to get back into the physicality department. Delosier sends it off the wall. Chris, as Bellman gets taken down again. Target on the back of number 5 right now. 2-on-1, Sokolsky and Bellman. To the outside, one, and Bellman in the slot. Pass just behind him. Schmidt winds one on, rebound in front. They'll score. Jacob Sokolsky, second of the game. It's 7-1. Jacob Sokolsky in that fourth line continue to stay hot. His third of the APHL season, aka also the weekend. Seven won the score. The pair of goals from Doyle and Sokolsky here after a scoreless second frame. Out comes Rosengarten. Pressured by Crum, moves this up to Trudeau. Trudeau stutter steps his way into the zone. Puts one on high over the net. Big hit thrown there by Aqualite. This will be sent out to center. The offsides here for the Raiders. Holter and Bowley says Crum for the hat trick. Fakes almost opened up the goaltender. Well, Nikita Kucherov-esque move there from Ricky Crum. Sokolsky from Schmidt is how the second goal of the period reads. And what a move there from Ricky Crum. Trying to make an 8-1 contest. Wills to the point. Getting a stick in there was Aquat. Looking up high. Chance here for Oaks. Cook. Turning chance. Stick save made. Rebound couldn't be cleared. Wills plays this one over. Cook puts it on. Stopped by Dorman. Quick pass. Aquat to Crum. Crum. Out wide one in Keller. Pass just ahead of him. Keller gets some help from Dan Schmidt. Keeps in the zone momentarily. He's sauced out wide to Roberts. Through the middle. Crum picks up the loose puck. Couldn't get a hold of it. And now led by Roberts to the Raiders. Roberts dances around Rupert, puts it in front, and they'll score. Gavin Cook Avery collects his first, and the Raiders get back on the board. Beautiful setup here from the Raiders. And Cook Avery just parked in front beautifully to finish that play off. 7-2 here at the 5-minute mark of period 2. Not much score until the last couple of minutes. Shot thrown on there by Reifenberg, looking for his first. And Rosengarten clamps on that one. 28-25, shots favoring Iron City. Ron Kramer in on the faceoff for the Forge. Runs it over to Cunningham. Laid down by Rupert. Puck strings free, and here's Wills with a break. Wills walks in. Save made by Dorman. A bad break for the Forge, and Dorman bailing out his team. Freddie Dorman, great debut thus far. As Garrett Rupert very upset for almost allowing her to shorten a break. Lozier taps along the wall. Gets buried behind the plate. Kramer plays it out to center to Cunningham. Benny Cunningham with 3 white jerseys around him. Loose in front. Rosengard with a stick save there. Back is Fry. Fry turns it over. Chance for Young puts it on. Save made there by Dorman. Roberts gets the lone assist on the Cook Avery goal. Ron Kramer slows in the zone, leaves it off for Cunningham. Cunningham the shot, save made, rebound loose. Kramer near inches from pulling the trigger. Coleman leaves it for Wills. And a big hit thrown in front. His body's flying all over the place. As Aquat and Wills have a little chat and good sportsmanship to help each other up there. As not intentional, just the game of hockey that we all love. .355 here in the second period. 7-2 the score. You missed in the second. Richard Doyle, along with Jacob Sikulski, getting some goals for the Forge, along with Gavin Cook Avery for Thousand Island. Seen one fight this far. Jake Aquat and Luke Blair dropped them in the mix of the first period. Seen a couple of big checks. They've seen a pair of players enter the benches for their other teams. A lot has happened here today, I should say, thus far. Dan Harville steps his way into the zone. It looks like we got a penalty coming up here. It'll be Delosier, I believe, will go off for a trip. Excuse me, Doyle. Richie Doyle for a trip here. 3:25 to go on the game clock. Let's take it down to 1:25 if successfully killed. But Raiders have struck once on the power play thus far tonight. Face-off win by Bolu. Taken down by the Raiders. Roberts will just fire one on through some traffic, and Dorman will hold. The 146 in the power play. Back in the faceoff goes Cook Avery. Had a pair of assists last night. Has a pair of points today with a goal and assist. Out comes Rosengard and Coulter with his head of steam trying to force a turnover. Roberts will wait along the bench. Gives us down low to Cook Avery. Back up to Roberts. Roberts walking. It's the Cook Avery looking to shadow his way in. Loose in front of the back door, and they'll score. Jordan Trudeau, power play goal, and the Raiders make it a 7-3 game. That's 2 power play goals thus far here for the Raiders here tonight. And after just a loose puck in front, find their way into the back of the net. Back live, 2.5 to go. Another chance on that. Dorman will cover that one. The Raiders getting a couple of early chances. They're knocking in one here in the second. Trudeau with his first career goal. Cook Avery and Roberts on the assist. Off the face-off. Bellman with some steam. 2-on-1 with Sokolsky. Bellman to Sokolsky. Bounces off the tape of his stick. Trudeau plays it along the wall. And shot comes in, getting a piece of it, I believe, was Reifenberg. And then we cleared out to center, just behind AJ Bellman. Kept in the zone, Cook Avery. Looking to go out wide. Noah Chris is there. We'll shot that one to center. Bowler. Schmidt, excuse me, plays it up to Sokolsky. Out comes Dorman to play it. This will make its way down to the opposing blue line. Sokolsky goes stick on stick. Dixon gets his body in there as well as Sokolsky lining up Wills. Cook in front, deflected, and they'll score. James Young, his second of the weekend. The Raiders knocking on the door. Raiders not out of this one for a couple of big checks. Leads the odd man break, and Young finding the back of the nets. 7-4, final minute of frame here, and the Forge looking to get some momentum heading to the dressing room. Dixon, a big hit in front of the Iron City bench. Turnover here. Dorman will come out to play behind his net. Sends it along the wall. And this one will go out of play. 42.7 now to go. So Raiders will go for a forward change. Forwards will keep their top line out there. Trying to go for in the faceoff to the Forge. Keller won't be able to get it out. Dorman will hold and send this one the length of the ice. Safe. Hold on to this one. Underneath the Raiders. Trying to just kill clock here. Rupert. Over to Delosier. Wall to Dixon. Dixon. Drop pass one more time. Forge trying to open up some space. Off of Wills. And Wills, 2 seconds and 1. That'll end period number 2. As the Raiders outscoring the Forge in this period 3-2. As they get some momentum heading back in the dressing room. Gavin Cook Avery, followed by a power play goal by Jordan Trudeau, along with James Young. As for the Forge, we'll get 2 goals out of that one from Jacob Sokolsky and Richie Doyle. Jacob Rosengarten in that, showing strong for his team. 7-4 into the dressing room. We'll be back for the third just after this. back for period number 3. Thousand Island 4, Iron City 7. Thanks for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon, Caden McCrory. You missed it. You missed a lot. A lot of goals, one fight, a couple of big hits. You've pretty much seen it all here. Here's Benny Cunningham. McFarland. Take up ice here. Shot from Oakford, and that one will go high over the net. Rupert. Starting to need to Fry. Sent up by the Raiders. Cunningham gets a stick in there. Oaks Cook gets it stripped away. And Cook Avery, excuse me. Cunningham picks it up at center. Driving his way and puts one on. He scores. Benny Cunningham's first of the season beats Rosengard. It's 8-4 Iron City. Benny Cunningham due for a goal and snipes one up high on Rosengarten to get his team on the board early in period 3. Cunningham unassisted here in the first minute of period 3. Diving effort by Ricky Crum. He moved up Dixon to Crum. 2-on-1. Crum walks in. What's one off the iron? Keller. Down to Crum. Puts one in front. Finds Schmidt. Puts one on. Stop there. Rebound for Keller. Snipes one high over the nets. Back up high to Riffenberg. Floats it on. Glove save made by Roberts. And will be cleared for an icing. Or not. Crum pushes this forward off the skate of Keller. Wrapped around by Wills. Over to Harville. Intercepted pass. And Ryan City needs to get back on sides. Keller the late one. As we'll go for a couple of changes. Keller staying on. Dangles one. Gets taken down hard. And a heap of pain as Wills goes knee on knee on Keller. And he's in a heap of pain. So Keller back to his feet and hunched over. Hopefully, if he continue tonight, by laboring that left leg. Looks like Wills' night might be over. So there'll be, looks like a 5 in a game here for Wills. Their best player now out. Five for kneeing and a game misconduct is the official ruling. So it'll be a 5-minute long power play for Iron City. As we know, Wills is done and Richie Doyle's having a choice words as he makes his way to the dressing room. Too many men here, so they have to get one off the ice, and that'll be Roberts, the one that will go to the bench. And the 5-minute power play begins. Shot there by Cunningham. A ricochet off the net line to Rosengard. Cunningham with some speed, looking to open things up. Down to Garrett Rupert. Underneath the Dixon. Dixon walks in shot. Glove saved by Rosengarten. A beauty. Jacob Rosengarten flashing the leather to keep his team in this one. We'll take a look at that save one more time as referees are having a chat at the scorer's table. We had 17:32 to go. Beautiful save there. Back to the power play. Shot on net there. Stopped by Rosengarten. Cunningham loses his footing. And now the Raiders looking to get a shorty. Rupert gets a stick in there. Could have been called for a slash. Raiders bench wants one. None is given. Oaks Cook. We'll chip this one out. Bolu retrieves it at center ice. Leaves us off for Crum. Take Oaks Cook into the wall. And Oaks Cook will lose it. Cunningham looking to open up the ice. Takes in a shot, and Rosengarten again flashing the glove. .349 of power play time. Looks like I believe Nate Thompson is going to serve the penalty. I don't think I mentioned that when Wills went his way to the dressing room. Dorman will come out to play. Reifenberg. Watch one. Up for Delosier. Kicks that one into the zone. Trudeau has a goal already here tonight. Dances his way along the wall. Richie Doyle levels him in front of the Iron City bench. Reifenberg. It's stood up by Trudeau. Gets it into the zone. Richie Doyle couldn't corral it. And the Raiders will send this one down. Dorman leaves it off. Oshwan for Doyle. Stutter steps around one. Take it into the zone. Dancing. Makes one more miss. Doyle to the backhand. Just couldn't hold on to it. Would have been a beautiful goal. Coulter. Up to the point. Quickly to Reifenberg. Reifenberg plays it off the wall. Spins this one down low. Underneath Coulter. To Reifenberg, the shot. Save made. Rebound. Be kept alive by Oshwan. And that'll bar down off of the ceiling. And a fan that was underneath lucky as that went right back into play. Jake Oshwad's been everywhere here tonight. Shorthanded goal last night. A goal tonight, along with the fight. Now just looking for that assist for the Gordie Howe. Face-off win by Noah Chris. Dan Schmidt. Underneath the Jacob Sokolsky. Back up high to Dan Schmidt. Over to Garrett Rupert. Rupert for Sokolsky. Couldn't hold on to that puck. Up high to Schmidt. Schmidt takes a shot himself. Wide the nets. Rupert. Down low to Bellman. Bellman just couldn't hold on to it. And a clear here by the Raiders. Bellman a pair of goals last night. Sokolsky matching that with a pair today. So bounce off the boot of Anzalone. And excuse me, Thompson is not the one serving the penalty. He's back. He's on the ice. That's my mistake. Bellman dancing around one, getting a couple of whacks from Anzalone. Works to the outside. Bellman puts it through the crease. Just couldn't find its way to Sokolsky. Garrett Rupert carries in. Drop pass here for Ron Kramer. Did not go. Now be carried up by Roberts. Drop pass. Thompson fires wide of the net. 14:05 to go. Here's Sokolsky. Derek O'Donnell's the one serving the penalty. Sokolsky backhander high over the nets. Clearing attempt goes to center. Jake Oshwat there. McCary. Ottawa puts one towards the net wide. Underneath Roberts. Plays it to the wall. Fry keeps it in the zone. Puts that into the far corner. Clear attempt. Reifenberg in there to keep it alive. Want to download to Cunningham out of his reach. And now the clear to center ice. 30 seconds of the power play remain. Backdoor pass, a shot. Dorman to save the rebound. And Dorman shuts the door. Almost a shorthanded opportunity for the Raiders. But better goaltending on number 33. 25 seconds, so we're back to even strength. Cunningham win the draw. The outlet pass from Oshwat. First attempt doesn't go. He'll drop this off to Benny Cunningham. Cunningham works to the outside. We'll take this one through the middle. Over to Talon Reifenberg. Puts one through. Hits off of Kramer in front, just wide the net. And now back to even strength, and the Raiders quickly bring 3 up ice. Drop pass Hearn high over the nets. Kramer corrals it. Finds a man. And Fry just chops it into the zone. Ron Kramer moves it over to Cunningham. Cunningham to his backhand, tries to walk around a man in Trudeau and gets that stripped away from him. Oaks Cook in front, finds his man in to Cook Avery. Wasn't able to hold on to the puck there. Gary Rupert picks up behind the nets. Down the final 12 minutes to go here in the third period. Offsides Raiders is now back on sides. From lifts it up for Fry, who just dump it down to get the change. Cunningham, the initial block. Sokolsky keeps it alive. Or no, offsides. This is very close. Linesman all over that one. And this will come outside.
Yeah.
Dixon a face-off win. Sokolsky back to Reifenberg. As Keller, trying to move that leg around, is still laboring and looks like his night's going to be over. They lost Johnny McGuire last night to a lower body injury. And we'll see if Keller can come back in this one. He's going to stay on the bench. At least for now, but he's staying towards the defensive end of the bench. Ricky Trum plays it into the zone. Ryan Dixon for Sokolsky to Frum with speed around Roberts. The shot save made by Rosengard. Sokolsky back for Delozier, muscles one. Dixon, he scores. Captain Ryan Dixon, that's his first of the season. It's 9-4 Forge. Ryan Dixon, one of the top goal scorers in all of the APHL last season. Finding the back of the net for his first. And couldn't come at a better time. Bolu over to Doyle. Back to Reifenberg. Reifenberg looking, a shot, blocker save made. Richie Doyle escapes a flying check there from James Young. as those two joust. Doyle gets a shot in there. Is Young seeing red right now. Just trying to find somebody to go with. Coulter keeps it in. He pushed out of the zone now. Delosier and Sokolsky pick up the assist on the Dixon goal to make it 9-4. Dixon, 9 goals, 30 points last season. Took the captaincy this season with the retirement of Kurt Schmidt. Been an exceptional leader and veteran on this team. Roberts a shot, save made there. Trudeau will bank this one in. Young and Delosier will hold. He chopped out, and now a chance for Noah Chris. Noah Chris storms in a shot high over the net. Chris gets it back, turning chance, just wide once more time. Bellman trying to wrap this around to the point. Archwad gets it tripped, and here comes Dan Harville leading the rush the other way. Walks around Rupert to the backhand stick. Check made by Dorman. And we'll get a leave a hook here coming up. It'll be Jake Archwad down for a hook here at 9:01. So 2 minutes on the board, 9 minutes to go here in the game. And a Thousand Island Power player that has scored twice thus far tonight. Here's Roberts off the face-off wing. Waiting. Gets this one over now to Cook. Cook swapping with Roberts, elects the shot. Dorman there, easy stop. And at 42 now to go on the penalty. We'll set something up here again. 1 goal so far from Oaks Cook. The other coming from Trudeau on the power play. Roberts escapes the pressure. Sends this one down low. Far side shot, that one high over the net. Adam Roberts, the GM of this team. One of their vocal leaders. Acting as head coach as well. He's stripped here by Ron Kramer and clears that one down. Roberts. Feels Kramer coming. They'll share a couple of checks. Kramer will head off the ice, and Dorman will send it the length. And now a chance for Ricky Crum. And the battle Rosencorn at least put pressure on. Cunningham will get to it. It's pinned along the wall. Now with it come the Raiders. Cook. We'll pull it up top of the circle. Gives it over to Cook. Trying to go through the middle. Look, Avery. Sends it down a looking back door at Oaks Cook. Not able to get to him. Oaks Cook walks in, shot, pushed wide of the net. He blocked here. Schmidt will pin it along the wall. Final 15 seconds of the penalty, and Schmidt is comfortable just letting the clock ride out to get his man back on the ice. 5 seconds now. Back to the point. The shot high over the net. Rebound pops free. Back to even strength. Schmidt quickly up the Crum. 2-on-0. From an Archwad. Archwad to Crum. Wide of the net. A beautiful opportunity on the 2-on-0. Net comes off. Gonna be an offensive zone face-off. What a chance for the Forge straight out of the box. As Crum near inches from his hat trick goal. Gelman, the face-off. Put it back to point. The Reifenberger shot and blocked away. Lozier will hold. Sends along the wall. Reifenberg. As Forge are offsides. And a big hit thrown by Dixon. And the referee is a little shaken up. So they'll be outside the zone is what they're discussing at the moment because one referee did call offside, one did not. With a helmet repair, the referee. Looks like it'll be good to go. The face off. That is offsides. They'll drop it one more time. Still not seen Keller come back onto the ice. Still in uniform, still on the bench. Bellman dancing around one, works his way to the slot. Bellman in front, deflected by Dixon, just wide the net. AJ Bellman look very strong here tonight. Sokolsky 2-on-1. Sokolsky looking, stops and tries to open up Rosengarten. He doesn't bite. Final 6 minutes to play here in the third. Delosier moving through the middle to Dixon, taps it forward into the zone. We were wondering about the trivia answer from earlier. Who scored the first ever Iron City Forge goal? I said Adam Zemansky. That is the correct answer. Gotta wait till the third period to give the answer. You can't just give them away right away. Jacob Sokolsky will pick it up with some speed. Across center, into the zone. Puts one on off the post. Kept alive by the forward, Jake Oshwad. Gets buried there by Jackson. Up for Doyle. Fires one on. The glove save made. A heavy shot from Richie Doyle.
Taking the first big HP on check out opportunities at ironcityforge.com/series/.
5:07 to go. Face-off win. Garrett Rupert blocked away. Ochoa will keep this one alive. Sent to center. Off the boards and into the zone comes Oaks Cook. Played in front, Doyle to clear, can't get it out. The chance here for Oaks Cook, push wide. Heavy check along the board by Coulter. And it'll be down for an Iron City icing. 4:34 here in the third. 44-36 the shots favoring the black and gold. A much stronger third from the Forge. Putting up a 5 spot in the first. 2 goals in the second, 2 in the third. Coulter face-off win. Coach Watt will clear. And they're comfortable taking another ice. Takes the clock all the way down to 4:23. As Dorman gonna get some equipment fixed here. Shot there, quick save made by Dorman, and Ochoa will push it to him. How about another quick whistle? Off the face off. Go through the blue paint. Raiders looking to go up high with this one. Also, to my knowledge, I think the Oakland Raiders are losing. I saw something in the chat about it. I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Raiders. Not the Raiders Day in general, is what I saw in the comments. Not my official work, just what I saw. The offense has looked very good here for 2009. I think something they can really build on. Defensively, has been back and forth. They've had moments of really good defensive breakdowns. And goaltending has been really good, to say the least. It's been an impressive first weekend here for 2009, despite the scores. They've held in their own in both these games, and it's very hard for a new team to get acclimated this quickly into the APHL, and they've done a very good job at it. So kudos to 2009. I'm sure the matchups in a couple weeks' time are going to be very fun to watch. Oaks took a shot, a rebound in front. Chris will tie up his man. Another shot comes in, another pad save there from Freddie Dorman. 38 saves for Freddie Dorman thus far tonight. Offsides there with Noah Chris just ahead. Cody Silva's had 40 saves last night in the win. Freddie Dorman almost putting up identical with 4 goals against. Kramer on this first line here with Crum and Dixon. With Keller out of the game. Walking in the zone. Claps on by 4 black and gold jerseys. He pushed out, and Ricky Crum will not get there in time. Had a chance for the ice, and I don't think he realized how close he was to it. Now down to 3:09 here in the game. And defensive zone draw. Dixon stepping up against her. Or Young, excuse me, will be won by Dixon. He banks off the wall. Ricky Crum. They're going to say offsides. Crum another near inches from having an opportunity at that hat trick. Down to 3 minutes to go. Been a very long last couple of minutes, I'd say. A lot of whistles. Dixon, face-off win. Puts it to the top of the circle. Roberts will keep it alive. Send it to the middle to Young. A shot, and Dorman will stop that one. Down to 2:51. Just save number 39 on the night for Dorman. Raiders will change. Forwards will keep the same unit on. Thompson, Anzalo, and Harville, the new offensive group for Thousand Island. Turnover, a chance there by Thompson, and covered up. Back to the same face-off circle, 2:44. In period 3, 9-4 the score in favor of Iron City. Dixon the face-off win, which one will clear, and Ricky Crum trying to spring free, and Roberts keeps the line for his team. Ochoa finds Crum. Pressures Roberts. Who pushed out of the zone. Dixon. Couldn't get it in. Quickly played back to Garrett Rupert. Lays it off the wall. Dixon. Loses it, and now we'll head to the bench. Bangs off the wall to Harville. Harville to give and go with Anzalone. Harville walks in shot. That one high over the net. Sokolsky to clear. Couldn't get it out. Chance here. Shot wide. Raiders chip at the center ice. Dan Harville storms in. Went wide once more. Had a goal last night. Did Harville kind of shift momentum for a little bit in that game. Before the Forge quickly responded. Ricky Crum still on the ice. Shovel that one towards the net. Gets deflected by Oaks Cook. And Oaks Cook will carry. Offsides, Raiders. 1:14 here in the third. Sokolsky, Bolu, and Bellman. So the Raiders are going to take their time out and we will prolong this hockey game even more than we already have with the 100 whistles we have seen the last couple of minutes. You wonder if the Forge now will take theirs because the Raiders are already lined up ready to go. Didn't seem like really much of a timeout there. So back to the face-off circle we go, just outside the Forge zone. Sokolsky versus Hearn. Hearn will win the draw for the Raiders. Oaks Cook shovels it on net, stopped there by Dorman. Sokolsky holds. And Carey hit up himself. A minute to go. Sokolsky has a pair and gets crunched to the ice there. Lined up by Keenan Hearn. Book Avery. Puts this one out wide. Bellman will get to it first for Iron City. Raiders still holding possession. Bolu momentarily breaks it up. Shot comes in, deflected in front. Rebound is there and pushed wide the net. Dorman maybe getting a piece of it. Sokolsky will carry himself. Bolu setting the screen. Sokolsky to Bolu. The pad stop made by Rosengard. 10 seconds now. Raiders want one more chance. He put on save by Dorman. Rebound back door. They'll score. Addison Oaks Cook buries it with 4.3 to go, and the Raiders make it 9-5. Schmidt took a Raider down behind the play. A little slow to the feet. Here's one of the Raiders. Back to their feet, though. And that was Gavin Cook Avery, and Schmidt saying his apologies in passing. You're at the final 4.3. And that'll do it. Your final here today, Iron City 9, Thousand Island 5. 40 saves for Freddie Dorman here today, or excuse me, 44. 44 out of 49 here for Freddie Dorman. And the Forge improved to 2-0. What a game it was. A lot of goals, fights, penalties, hits. You name it, it happened here tonight as the Forge salute their crowd. And now go through the handshake line before these two teams will meet again a couple weeks in Thousand Island. Goals for the Raiders. Power play goal coming from Colton Oaks Cook, along with Jordan Trudeau. And then goals for Madison Oaks Cook, Gavin Cook Avery, and James Young. As for Iron City, Chase Fry, Jake Oshwat, Jacob Sokolsky with a pair, Ricky Crum with a pair, Ryan Dixon, Richie Doyle, Benny Cunningham, all collecting goals here tonight. Jacob Rosengarten, Eric Cummings splitting the duties in net for Thousand Island, and then 44 out of 49 for Freddie Dorman in his APHL debut. Thank you all for joining us all weekend long. Our next stream will be December 13th when the Forge return home here to Frozen Pond Arena. Until then, stay tuned to the Iron City Forge website, social media channels, IronCityForge.com. Get your tickets today if you want to come see the team live in action. They are available here at Frozen Pond Arena as well on game days. Thank you for joining us this weekend. I'm Caden Price signing off. Forge 9, Raiders 5. We'll see you next time.